welcome to Foreign Travel. I met Pascal today. Nice to meet you, Pascal.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Pascal is from Switzerland. We met each other in Cancun at an RV park. I was inspired by his story, and I wanted to share it with you because his story is very nice. And before we start, please, Pascal, tell something about yourself, about your background. What do you do for a living? How old are you? And how are you traveling?
Yeah, so basically my plan was first in my life work a lot, make some save about the money, and then when it's done, I've still a company which is working, but I'm still working a little bit. And then my plan on my dream was to have a camper to could enjoy this life in the camper.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you for that. I need to excuse myself because normally we are doing an interview in front of the vehicle.
Okay.
But this time I felt in love in this space. This is a living space of your vehicle. It has a beautiful windows. It has a great spot here, and I really fell in love with that. So that's where we are standing here. Speaking of which, can you tell me more about your vehicle? So can you name it and make some introduction about the setup? What is your brand name? What do you hold in the rear as well?
Basically, my dream was to have a vehicle which is independent for at least 1 week. So you have enough water, you are 4x4, so you can go at most places, and that you have a very good living space, which is now where we are. And that's basically the idea of this vehicle. It's a vehicle which is made on demand. I didn't make it. I was lucky to could find it secondhand, but the owner before really make it absolutely perfect. And if today I should make a new one, it will be very close to this one. It will be just maybe small details, but basically the concept will be exactly the same.
This is a Mitsubishi Fuso?
Mitsubishi Fuso Canter, yeah, 4x4. Yeah.
It is
small truck, yeah. And, he weighs is 6.5 tons.
Okay, it's really heavy. And can you evaluate a little bit more about how it helps you to survive for 1 week? We spoke about water before, about toilet. Can you evaluate it a little bit?
Yeah, I think the most important to could survive is the water. Of course, I have 300-liter water. Then the second problem in vans are the toilets. We have dry toilets on it, and this is very something simple, and you can stay very long without changing the thing. So it's also not consuming any water. So that helps. And of course, you have necessary to have some independency with the solar panels. I have still a generator in case, but basically it's really for in case.
Do you charge your battery while driving? The alternator is charging your...
Yeah, it's also charging when it's alternator is charging quite very strongly.
So you have 3 sources of energy. This is a solar panel, alternator from a car, plus the backup plan, which is a generator.
Absolutely.
This is perfect. So just to know, guys, 3 most important parts in i-overlanding is water, toilet, and electricity. Without that, you cannot work. Even without the propane, you can live because there are some induction cookers.
Exactly. Important to be clean, because I've also quite a lot of more than 200 liters grey water, so that you are also ecologic, that you don't make dirt where you are. I think this is kind of respect when you're traveling. To respect the nature.
Not to dump it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's very
important. Exactly. Thank you for that. Can we come back a little bit? How and when did you take up the decision of traveling? I know you are traveling not full time, but you are mixing it up. Can you evaluate about that? And when you take the decision, okay, I go for it. This is my plan for the future.
Yeah, I think it was just a timing between the end of my life of working, or not 100% working, but I just prepare my company that I don't need to be there all the time, that I can really more enjoy life. And when this timing came, my dream was always to have a truck like this. And then we were lucky in the COVID time. It was a good time for us for the business, so we can really prepare, make more investment in the company, and so to make the things easier, better, and everything. And at that timing, I bought this the chance to find this truck, and finally I start my
Okay.
second life. I mean, yeah.
Okay, you say something that you had a inside fight, rather to close the business or rather to continue it.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you're in a position that you could think about closing or selling or what it is, but of course, when you have some success, it's always related on a team. On this team, they are still there. They maybe have not the chance that I am. I know I have chance to could go where I want, so they still need to work. And I think it would be, I could not go away and just let them fall them down and say you have to take care of yourself. It's not my problem anymore. And finally, we could find that my company is continuing. I can just managing from away a little bit. And they have a job for until they're retired. So I think it's a good mix, and
I
makes me
believe
happy too.
I believe you have a perfect team, and they are very thankful for that.
Yeah,
that
I think
they
so.
can-
Otherwise, they will be. I have some guys which are more than 25 years working with me. So I think I'm surely not doing everything right, but I must be not too bad.
Yeah, as a business owners, you need to be decisive, and out of 10 decisions, you need to make 80% good, maybe 2 bad. Like that's a business life, I would say. But at the end, you need to be decisive. What I also say is that okay, a good manager is always the one who is taking the decision, not because not taking the decision is what manager are you actually.
This is my role today to could take the decision, and makes also that for them it's easier because somebody takes the decision, and so they can make really great their job. And but they have not this to think about on the weekend. Oh, I make it right. I have to not make it right. They can just enjoy their life also.
Thank you very much for that. We will move to the next question about what is your traveling plan next. I know you spent some part of your trip in Mexico. You come back to Switzerland for some time. You also live partially in Spain. But do you have some ultimate goal or future plans? What do you want to see?
So I will just say today, my plan is no plan. so life will come. At the moment, I just divorced now, so it will be happened. Who I will meet, suddenly it can change everything. Suddenly I want to go South America. Maybe I want to bring back my truck again to Europe. I don't know.
It was in Europe previously.
Yeah, of
you
course.
ship it from
Yeah, exactly.
Belgium here.
Yeah, no, from Germany to Veracruz. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you for that. I many times hear exactly what you say is that the plan is no plan, and over the time in overlanding, many people say, I intended to stay here for a week, and I eventually stayed it for a month or something. You said you wanted here to be for a week, and you are 20 days already, and you never know when did it passed. So. And also we spoke before that many travelers said that on the way, at the beginning you are very fast to catch everything what you can, to see everything, but the more you travel, the slower you are getting.
Yeah, that's right. And I think what personally I like is is to meet so many people, different people, exchange with people. Finally, this is life. I mean,
Yes.
there are some historical things that sometimes is nice to see, but you see once, you see two. But finally, is to meet the people in the country, to meet other traveler. That's what make life nice.
You said again something what I really like is that not only seeing places is unique in traveling, also meeting people. And my personal feeling is that you are meeting more people when you are overlanding or spending time in a hostel, because the interaction between people is much bigger there than in a hotel where you are just enjoying life, having a dinner. Here I came yesterday evening, and all the people that were standing on a campground around, and we were hanging around, and this is very awesome while traveling in this way.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is really the part awesome. Because I know the two worlds from the hotel, that everybody is for himself and everything. And here it's completely different.
Exactly.
It's completely different.
Can you tell me what is your daily routine like? How do you organize your life? How do you plan your future trip? And how do you manage to part working for some time but also traveling?
And now I sometimes I would like to be sometimes a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
To make a little bit more sport and everything. But finally the days you're waking up sometimes at 8, sometimes at 7, sometimes at 9, and then you say, okay, you eat. So honestly, I mean, in a period of my life which I don't want to have a routine.
Yes.
I just want to enjoy.
Just enjoy.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about what do you like about traveling the most? What is the best? What do you can advise to all the others wishing to make a trip? What is best about traveling?
I think first when you start to go traveling, you have to be open to the world. And if you are just waking up in the morning, and of course there are countries which are much different, and sometimes it's possible that we don't like, it's a little bit dirty or it's a little bit thing, but you accept it and you say it's like this here, and you go on this kind of thinking. Then you have also good thinking coming. I always say what you give out you receive also, and as I remember from my time, I was in the business very stressing all the time, then you get always stress coming back. But when you start to just be open, suddenly the people are more friendly. The people talking with you before nobody talks with you. Yeah, it's this. I think when you start to travel, you must be conscious of that you open the doors for what you will receive.
Okay.
I think this is something that learns me the life.
Okay, this is a very nice thought, guys. So once we are open to the others, we receive goodwill and goodness from the others.
At the moment, I don't.
You don't have issues.
I don't really have issues. You have it, you solve it. It's not a matter. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
Maybe it's also a part of a perspective, because there are problems on the way, obviously, but it depends how you perceive them.
Exactly. Before, when there were problems coming, sometimes I really immediately react on the problem, say, "Wow, that's not normal." Now you say, "You're in Mexico." You say, "Oh, hasta mañana."
Yeah.
It's coming. It will be solved. But there are two solutions. Either I start to stress, to shout, to make me angry about the problems, or I just accept that it takes 2 days longer, and finally, everything's fine.
This is true. Sometimes people tell me, okay, accept this is Mexico. This is a different country than Europe. They are having a different style of working. They have different mindsets. So we cannot be in someone's head, so we cannot understand their approach.
Yeah, and if you come to such kind of countries, you have to accept their way of doing. If you want to come with your idea on a waiting, we coming from a country, Switzerland, which is really everything, rules on everything have to be done on this way. Here it's a little bit, but is what is the nice part of it?
Yes.
It's this opposite that we have from our country, is that it's fun, but we have also to accept that sometimes the things are longer, that you don't get the same reaction, but finally
Yes.
everything fine.
Okay, thanks again for that.
No problem.
What do you find? What would you change if you prepare for your trip one more time? Would you change anything in a vehicle, on a preparation, on a direction, or you just enjoy it so much and it's what you really liked before you started?
Moment I enjoy it. That's it.
I think it's all about the same. You just enjoy your life and you are happy with your life.
Yeah, it's to learn to just as I say, plan, no plan. So every morning you wake up, you meet a lot of people. Suddenly you were planning to do this. Finally, you do completely something different, and you accept it. You don't see, I want to do that today, so I have to do it. Then you go in this stress, these things. But if you're lucky to say, oh, I don't do it today, I do it tomorrow. Of course, I have sometimes a meeting which I have to make for the job, which is at 7 o'clock. Then I have to be there. I cannot say to my customers, I'm sorry,
I'm not available.
I'm not available because I'm today. No, it's not for me today. No, this for sure. But most of the time, I learn. It was a learning for me because I'm somebody which was really working a lot on everything just to the life is going on, and when you start to accept this, then suddenly the life becomes different.
Yes. Do you find traveling expensive? How would you advise to the guys who are dreaming about their job, about their ultimate travel, how to minimize costs, some pro tips? How do you find it?
I think that I'm not in a right position to talk about this because, as I told you, I worked many years. I have a security financially, so I'm not here on thinking I don't want to, I cannot do that, or I cannot. I'm just enjoy it. So I'm in a lucky position. I'm happy about this. But I cannot really give advice because I don't think I'm in a situation that maybe some travelers have to count on to think about how long it is. Should I go there? Should we do that? It's for me.
But this is also an advice, I would say. Maybe it's not a direct one, but to prepare yourself. To work hard, to have this.
This is a life choice. I mean, there are some people which prefer enjoy life with a smaller level of living, which is absolutely perfect. Or my way was, I want to achieve what I want to achieve, work hard for more than 35 years. But then after, when I start to enjoy, I can enjoy.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I have no more any restriction to say, oh no, on this one, I cannot go to the restaurant, or I cannot stay one day in a hotel because maybe I want to one day in the hotel. I can just enjoy.
Yeah. So this is also what I would suggest
decision.
others. So if you are really wanting it to make it very secure, to have no stress over the time, prepare it for a long time. And even if you do it for a very long time, you can build up a wealth enough to go for it one day.
Exactly.
It's like maybe there are some risky people that go straight on with no funds, but the other way says, okay, prepare yourself, and then your head is very clear, you have no worries.
I can say for me, it's a life preparation. I worked all my life to get that.
This is nice. Thank you for that. What is the best experience so far in your journey?
It's people.
People.
It's people. It's clearly people.
So maybe evaluate that. What was the best person you met on your way? Someone who is staying on your mind for every time you think about traveling, that helped you? Or...
They are different, but the problem, who is the best? Who is the? Everybody has something different. So you like in this person this aspect for this person, the other have this one, which is something different. So there are many person. Is this exchange that suddenly the other night one guy he had to repair. I gave him some tools on everything he needed. He's normal. I can, if I can help him. After he was making cooking for us, we exchanged with the other guys. We were just around. That's moment that you cannot replace. This is moment, that unique moment, and all these unique moments are great.
Yes.
Finally.
On the other interviews, we are speaking exactly about the same, that there are things you can buy over the travel. For example, seeing Mayan culture in Chichen Itza in Yucatan. But there are things you cannot really buy over the trip. So this openness of people, like we share kindness and a good hand to the other, like you borrow some tools and the other is giving you a nice dinner in reverse, and it's all happening on one campsite.
Yeah, that's really what's about the trip is. And with all of the money of the world, you cannot buy this moment because they are happening or they are not happening.
Yeah, so you need to be on the way or in the travel to
Open to
be able to
open
experience
to
it.
the other, because you cannot buy a friendship, you cannot buy a moment of that you are happy with other people. You cannot buy it. Is there or is not there.
That's very inspirational. You are talking very much about being open, but this is true. This is true. That
Honestly, I was not expecting this aspect from the traveling in the beginning. I was well, more traveling and see things, but step by step, for me, the meeting of people is becoming more important
Yes.
than the travel itself. Of course, is a part of the things, but these moments you just have it, and it's great.
Thank you very much for that. It's very inspiring. I have one very important question to you. What would you advise to the people who are dreaming about their ultimate journey? What do you think is most important about taking the decision?
I think this is very personal of what is your need in the life. I mean, this is very important because there are people which can be living very simple. They are happy with that. I meet people which were sleeping always in their hammock in the nature, and they were happy with that. I mean, somebody needs a good bed because they say, this is the comfort I want to have. So basically, it's a really personal thing. You have really to think about what is your need in your real life. Of course, you learn to live more simple. And this is the nice thing, because you realize that suddenly you don't need to have so much clothes, so much things.
Exactly.
You learn about this. But there are some things that you are, like everybody's different, that you need. So if you like to have at least a good bed and you're always sleeping in hammocks, I'm sure that you're traveling after 1 week, you will say, oh, I don't like this. So you have to adapt on yourself. I mean, it's just listen yourself and listen what are you need and adapt your traveling on your need. But if you go under what you like, I'm saying then it will be difficult for you. You know? So you have to prepare it. So maybe for some people can be right away they can go because they need basically very small to live, and it's very fine for them. And for the other which need a little bit more, maybe they say, okay, I will make some money on 5 years to make it, wait a little bit longer, but when I make it, I enjoy it.
Okay, I think what comes from this interview is that who are you is what you are getting from the life, but also to minimize your expectations, and traveling learns you much about yourself.
Absolutely.
So I think with this thought we can thank for your time. Where can we find you? Do you have some Instagram or Facebook?
No, thank you.
If anyone wants to hang out with Pascal, in any case,
You cannot find me.
you cannot find him. He's
Only on the way on the road.
on the way on the road. So go, guys, hit the road, overland. So you will meet such nice guys like Pascal. Thank you for this discussion today. See you
you
on the
very
way somewhere.
Yeah, thank you. Hi guys.
Bye.